This week on the Ross Report, I traveled to Indianapolis, Indiana to visit the #1 ranked men's team in Division II, the University of Indianapolis Greyhounds. UIndy turned some heads this semester when they upset Queens in an October meet early in the season. But to Indianapolis swimmers, Guilherme Zavaneli, Rodrigo Codo Berti, and Adam Rosipal, beating Queens was not a surprise.
I would say when we swam Queens and when we beat them, was just one step of many steps that we have to complete to reach the maximum goal of winning nationals.
Queens is obviously very fast. They won nationals many times, and it was an awesome experience beating them. It was something new, and I think the team got really motivated by it.
Rosipal hails from Slovakia and is currently in his sophomore year at UIndy, where he studies psychology. At the halfway point of the season, he is the #1 time in Division II in the 500 and 1650. So how did he manage to find the University of Indianapolis?
I knew Polish coach Bart, and he was a friend of my friend, so that's how I got basically connected to the university.
Codo Berti and Zavaneli both hail from Brazil, although before coming to the University of Indianapolis, they did not know each other beforehand. So how did they find their way to UIndy?
I talked a lot with Jason before I chose coming to UIndy. The structure of the team got me really impressed. The coach, the way he plans the year with us, I thought it was a good choice for me. Since I came from a big club in Brazil, I thought here I could keep up, and probably that's why I chose UIndy.
Codo Berti is second at the halfway point in the season in the 200 IM in the nation, and Zavaneli is second in the 200 free. When those two were freshmen, the Greyhounds finished 15th at the NCAA championships in 2016. In 2017 as sophomores, they were 11th. And in 2018 as juniors, they were 3rd, just 7 total points out of 2nd place. Last year's success for the Greyhounds was catapulted after their conference championship when they defeated Division II powerhouse Drury to win their first GLVC men's title in school history.
It was a really great experience. It was very different from back home, and I really liked how we were all pushing each other into the achievements that we had last year.
So was last year's conference title expected?
We came with a mentality of let's just swim and see what happened. And then in the middle of the meet, on the second day, end of the second day, all the men's team came up together, and then we're we are able to win conference. And then we're let's keep going with the same level of the first 2 days.
After winning the GLVC title, the men's team had a lot of momentum moving forward to the Division II NCAAs, where they placed 3rd as a team, behind Queens and Cal Baptist, who has since moved up to Division I. Before last season, the Greyhounds had only been top 10 nationally once, all the way back in 2004.
It was the first time that we actually won conference, and beating Drury was really difficult, but we did it, and it definitely put our mindset even higher, and therefore we were motivated to score really well at nationals.
I think that proved that our team is getting bigger every year, and I think it shows that we are coming this year searching for something big. So I just think last year winning conference just showed us that everything is possible and we are in the right track.
After placing 3rd at last year's nationals, the Greyhounds graduated 0 national points. This year, they've already taken down the reigning national champions Queens, and yet when it came to their national title expectations, all 3 guys were very humble about their chances.
I mean, the pressure is on from last year. Obviously, we want to score even higher than last year.
It's more realistic right now because we actually beat the #1.
I wouldn't say we are the favorite. I think it's going to be tough. Like always, never it's easy.
We don't need to just look forward to Queens when it comes to nationals. There are a lot of teams that are pretty good and pretty fast. You see San Diego, Florida Southern, Delta State are pretty good. Even Drury and Lindenwood. It's not just focused on beating that specific school, but just focus on us of doing our best.
We want to be obviously higher, so even second or maybe even win nationals would be awesome.
We always decide that day by day in the conference, day by day in the nationals. Who is going to win is who's going to want more. So I think if we show what we worked and what we really want, I think that's possible, but I don't think we are favorites.
Because one thing we discussed in the beginning of the year is to reach there, it's not easy. But to keep at the same level is even harder than reach for the first time. We won conference, but to be on the top of conference is gonna be even harder for us now.
The Greyhounds had all of their NCAA scores returned this year and are coming off their first ever conference title. Expectations are high, But the vibe is not much different on the team this year compared to last year.
Like everyone knows that we are capable of doing like big stuff in the end of the year. I'm not saying like we'll do it, but like we know our capability of doing that.
3 years ago, beating Drury and Queens in the same season would have been celebrated, but this year it's expected. And with the NCAA championships just 7 miles north of campus, 2019 could be a historic year for UIndy.
Do you guys still feel like underdogs?
Underdogs?
Yeah.